pure gaping.
Step by step, lad.
We're doing a
Step
bit.
by
He's
step.
been out the Sunday morning race in the road. He's
Here,
ready
I've
to
been
come.
enjoying them. Where were you last Sunday?
I was at Jiu-Jitsu. I'm
What time is it
prioritising.
at?
It's 10 o'clock.
It could have been a wee warm up.
Did you eat coffee? Did you eat more than to yourself?
I literally just got up for that Jiu-Jitsu too. It was like half 9.
You had a shave, shake, shampoo, and coffee, and then you went to jiu-jitsu.
Oh my God.
That sounds like a lovely morning.
Hey, we got lucky though with the fucking rain coming after that. We were going with it.
Was it torrential?
It was bad, It's slippy as it is.
Is that here? The council's going to give an half about the
Are they?
grass. They were like, fuck
Are they going to, like,
Aye, they're bound to.
they fucking...
They're starting to tear up.
I
dare them to.
I was walking the dog, like, there the other day. It was,
Could you see it?
There's just going to be a big circle of like, yeah, hold on in here.
looked like a helicopter had landed on Polepatrick or something.
Do you remember before we start? Do you remember there was this story
Started and all.
of some and down south? There was a big crater on a beach.
The weight's like dog or something.
They thought it was a fucking asteroid.
They got and they had the news report and all. The guy was there, was like, yeah, it looks like it.
This angle.
It comes in at this angle, and then there was photos of it on TikTok.
Of the lads like
got
with
the
the
lads
lads.
And they weren't even trying to trick anybody. It's just
No,
they assumed it was like an asteroid hit it.
We were just digging
It's a
it.
fucking fairly well made hole. That's what it
So
was.
great hole. Great hole.
Ah,
Yeah, that'll be you.
I'm
That'll
gonna
be
cut
you,
that
lads. That'll be you, lad, and Polepatrick. So it will.
Aye,
You've been in the news.
great hole. Anyway, welcome back, Sammy.
Back again.
Sammy Lupari. How many times you been on?
That's the third.
Is it?
I'm the third.
You've joined the
The
elite
The
third
elite, I
timers.
know. As soon as the grass, it's like, oh. Definitely can't turn that down.
You're up there with a few Hall of Famers who we've got up there. We've obviously got Kevin Donnelly. He's been on 3.5 times.
Joe?
Joe Kane. Joe Kane's been on
Maybe more.
4 times, probably.
Yeah,
I think
he's-
maybe Joe's sitting up top.
He's the goat.
John
Devlin. I was
been
thinking.
on. He got a jacket the last time. he
Stephen.
on.
Was it Stephen?
Who?
Stephen Neeson?
Stevie
is he?
Neeson's been on twice.
Twice.
No, I think only twice.
Fuck you, Stephen.
Maybe he's been on 3 times. Maybe I was chatting about.
Did he come on with his bro? No.
He came on by himself.
Kieran. He came on with Kieran too.
Aye, that's twice though.
I could swear he's maybe on 2
I
times.
thought it was-
I think he's on 2.5 times then. If you come on with a guest, you're on 2. That's a 5.
2.5.
You've split the thing. But
Maybe
I was
you're
saying to Fergal, I'd love to have an episode of just all the fucking like conspiracy guys in the area. Just all.
I
to come
remember
on.
listening to that.
And just no, but I want to like bring on like the fucking Avengers assemble. Like I want to bring on like 4 or 5. Just I was thinking maybe bringing on.
Who was it, crazy?
I'm doing this now, so it has to happen. You
Yeah,
that,
I
by the way?
know that's
This
why
is your
you're
official invite. He's
Official
inviting you on.
clip this.
I wanna
You can't
bring,
say no now.
I want to bring on Stevie Neeson, Christopher Finlayson, James McKeagney. Fuck, there was one more.
Crazy was it not? No.
Crazy Donnelly. Sorry, Crazy. Fuck. Yeah, and Crazy Donnelly. I think that would be a very interesting episode.
That'll be fucking nuts.
And they've all been previous guests as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All been previous guests, and their episodes are obviously fucking nuts. Anyway, I'm glad I got that in there now that we have to.
Well
do it.
done. Well done, John.
Brilliant. We're going to do it. Anyway, Sammy, welcome back to the podcast.
See, we've got Jude clapping as well. It's,
Jude never clapped.
he always clapped.
No,
That was his hands going top of his head.
what am I doing?
Every time we said something.
What am I?
That's why he's not here anymore. He get fed up. He get black eyes.
Basically, like, what am I doing?
Should we start making up stories about what happened to Jude?
I miss him. Jude, I miss you. Big shout out. Sorry, Sammy. Jude, miss you, lad. Hope you're doing well. Chat to you soon.
Yeah.
Love you. Big up.
I hope you and John make up with, like, you know, the argument you had that caused the.
Well, the last time I was chatting to him, it was you. He was annoyed about. And we'll just one last. We good, Jude. We good, Jude.
We good.
Ah, fuck! I'm gonna cry. Right. Anyway, Sammy, where are you from?
Magherafelt.
You're from the Magherafelt area. You've been on a few times. I just think we need to do a wee bit of a recap because there's going to be a few new followers, listeners, on both ends, especially the stuff that you're doing now. We've had a few other followers since then. So tell me a wee bit about yourself. You're born and bred in Magherafelt. You had a mother and a father. You have siblings. And primary school, where'd you go?
Magherafelt Primary.
Lovely, good experience.
I did mine school.
Finger pitting and
running out of windows. I was a bit of a mad. I'm not even joking.
And what school did you go to after that?
I went to high school.
High school,
that,
bit of a crazy place
Yeah.
in its own right. And what was it like for you?
I didn't mind school.
Did you
Obviously, I didn't mind. I minded the learning part, but I didn't mind the social part of school. I quite enjoyed it.
Wee bit of crack.
Yeah.
What were you good at anything? Would you say you were good at anything?
High school basketball would have
Bit of
probably
basketball.
my
That's
big
your
thing.
thing.
You boys weren't that good though, as a team in Magherafelt High School.
Where are we not?
No, that would have been one of your main sports too. But so Pius would have played you boys the odd time.
I can't remember Christy Young or that ever beating us. No, to be fair, we were a lot stronger whenever we come together to play for the regional team.
To be fair, we were a lot stronger than Pius.
Why was there a bit of rivalry there?
Oh, I 100%. There was fucking elbows through everywhere, blood, like everything. I wasn't the same age as Sammy, like, but I just remember playing the high school, like, and I don't think I ever lost. But anyway,
Did you play basketball? Huh?
I wasn't bad.
Were
Like,
you decent?
it's all right. Yeah.
Wasn't my year.
No.
No, I think we went unbeaten.
Definitely wasn't your year then. Definitely wasn't.
Very good.
I think Keith Bigger was in played against me, like.
No, that's probably why you were winning.
100%.
Is Keith any good? He still plays now, doesn't he?
It's all right. Like, it's all right. I think he quit for maybe 20 years, and that's maybe why he's just not as.
Their knees are not what they used to be.
That's how you go back, like, see that hand-eye coordination, like you
Goes quick.
Because I had to play at point guard, like whenever I played, and see whenever I was playing and always playing, if any time that ball come out, like there was, well, probably I would say 8 out of 10 went in, and
Really?
now you might as well just throw it backwards or do whatever you want, like, because you're not.
You would have been a rough old boy, to be fair to you. Back in the day, I remember you in the rugby pitch. You were a bad old bastard. You were, like, you fucking were. Just wrecking boys. Right, so you went to high school. What was next?
I went to Ballymena to tech to become an electrician.
An electrician. And was that? Did you want to do that?
Not really, but obviously when you're leaving school now, I wanted to join the army, and like kind of asked the parents, and they were like, no, so they wouldn't really sign the paper. And I think like kind of being from where you're at, like my parents being on a mixed marriage, and that, like, obviously at that time I didn't understand, and so it was just like get a trade and that and see what you think. So
did you like it? The electrician?
I didn't mind it, and then there were certain times, like, see, you're balancing on a set of steps and you're trying to wire in a light and you're holding the light with your head trying to stick it. Like, that just wasn't me. I didn't have the patience for it. And then the recession was coming in, and so obviously work right up, and then I got kicked out of tech, and then I was running around looking work, and I turned 18, and that was it then. Just the day after my birthday, I signed up online for the army.
Can't stop me now.
And away I went.
And how long does it take for you to get signed up? And
so
then
that was September, and I didn't really hear back. I think it was February then. By the time I actually heard back to say you've been accepted, obviously over here to do all your background checks, not there before they kind of start bringing you in to do whatever.
Were you doing odd jobs and stuff up
No,
to
I was down in welding and fabricating down in Prescott Engineering in Castle Dawson and behind Gar's place. I got a job in there and was working in there, and then obviously at that time I actually left it and was like, I'm going away for the weekend, and it was away doing I was away doing selection for the army. Like, this is how I got my time off.
Too many people.
Well, it's not even telling too many. My man, I only found out because what do you call it? Like join instructions come in through the door with a Her Majesty stamp on it, and I thought it was a court summons.
Oh fuck! How did they take it?
I walked in the house and my mum was like, "You didn't tell me you're joining the army. Your dad's waiting in the kitchen for you," and kind of sit down. But you know what? Like, see now that I'm a parent, you can understand. Like, I would say, nobody wants their kids to be going off to that.
They care about you. Like.
Especially the time they grew up here, the army on the streets and stuff like that.
What was your first? Was it a regiment or?
The first regiment was the 1st Battalion Irish Guards. So
Can we go back to like joining the army and the training and stuff like that? There, what was that like?
So, well, you join it. You go through all the things. You take your oath of allegiance. You get your date, and away you go. It's quite funny because the first time I was ever on a train, so I flew into Newcastle, got out of Newcastle, got on the train to Darlington.
You're like,
and you're there in
scared.
like a suit and all suited and booted with your kit bag, and I think there's this big bloke like calling out names like, "Get on the fucking bus." You're like, "Fucking hell!" Like,
Wow.
18 years of age, just like, yeah, okay.
Crazy.
And you go and you get the training, like, and honestly, it's a whirlwind. Like, especially first couple of weeks, like I'd shaved my head for going, and I still had to pay for a haircut and get it shaved again. You know what I mean?
It wasn't short enough, was it?
No, they just did it. Everybody done it. Like you shave they put everybody the same, and then you're in West, and you get given a bag, and you go and you get all your sizes, your uniform, and that's it. Then for the next wee while, you're just anytime you're in camp, you're either in the tracksuit that they make you buy, it costs you clean fortune. That's
really?
that part. It was horrible. Or you're in your uniform, and especially for the first 6 weeks. And they just kind of.
How does it work? Is it classes to training or what?
Well, you have obviously the different subjects, but you have your instructors like within a platoon, and each one of them will be trained in certain things to teach that kind of bit of it, and then you just going through all that there, like all the weapon handling.
Is it like the movies where like they wake you up at like silly
like,
o'clock?
They literally in the corridor they'd ring a bell and the corridor, and you come out on the corridor, what's going on, and then maybe just like hand somebody, this letter come, but it probably is in their office for going, like it is. They break you down kind of thing to see how you're going to react and see if you're going to stick it. Like,
do people lose their shit? And
like it comes to a DOR window. I can't even remember how many weeks in, maybe like between 4 and 8 weeks or whatever, is where you can get out and be like, nah, that's me done. After you pass that, you're doing a minimum of 4 years, unless you're like some of the boys in my thing who was like, come back at the weekend, was like, I done drugs at the weekend just to get kicked out. You know what I mean?
Fucking hell, that's class. Very good. And then, so what happens when you finish your training? Do you just like select which part of the army you're going to go to?
No,
or do they
so
put
like
you in?
I had selected it before, so whenever I went in, I was joining the Irish Guards, and then so once you finish, and you get like a weekend basically, you finish and parade off on a Thursday or something, and then on the Monday morning you had to be in battalion. So
Really?
you just rock up in the battalion.
Not much of a break, is it?
No, and then it all depends really what's going on. Some people maybe get a week depending on like if they're maybe away or that, and then you get in and you get assigned your platoon and you get to meet everybody, but it's pretty fast paced to be fair, and then you're just through into it. Next thing, for me anyway, it was like we were on the Queen's Guards and doing all that drill and carry on, which we were just off our pass out parade, which is basically like the Queen's birthday parade was what you done, and then we were into it, and then I done escort to the colour then that June. So it all was kind of tied in.
What's the reason for that? Like, what is that only for during like events, like that you do that kind of stuff, or?
Well, like in camp you do a bit of drill. It's not mad. In the Guards, like you would do a lot more than the other regiments I went to. You didn't do very much drill at all. But like it's the Windsor Castle Guards. It's just the time that I got the big bearskin.
Did you have the big?
I had the big bearskin.
Is that the big long Bart Simpson thing?
Is
Exactly.
there photographs of this? Yeah.
There is somewhere. Well buried.
What height would you have been? Like, you're a tall man. Fucking hell. How big are they?
They're about that.
About that.
Couple of foot.
Nuts.
And
Are they heavy?
No, they're dead light. There's like bamboo up in the shape it, and then like the hair of the bear over the top of it. But now a lot of the old ones now are synthetic, like, but obviously back in the day they're probably
They would have been bear.
real bear skin.
For murder and all that. They don't want to be doing them anymore.
No,
Throwing out a paint over them.
they wouldn't get away with it. Like, would you?
True.
So what was next for you? Was you some sort of company you went to next?
So I went on P company to get into the Guards parachute platoon.
Yes.
So obviously I got into the drill and that, and like I joined the army to be a soldier and get out into the muck and dirt and do like that's the bit I enjoyed in training as well. And the opportunity come up then to go on the Guards para because they were hanging out for numbers. And then my sergeant major at the time was ex-Guards para, and he put a drive and was like kind of give you a bit of information on it, because like at that point I was pretty brand new. And he gave me all the information on it, and I was like, oh, you know what, I will give that a go. But like, I was well out of my depth for maybe the 8-9 months that I'd been in battalion. It was a pure partying and getting to know people. I say borderline alcoholic. It would be that. So.
What partying could you do?
At the weekends,
or
like
what?
I see at the weekend because nobody went home, especially the back
right,
end. I
yes.
think it got a wee bit worse after. But you finished work on a Friday afternoon, and that was it. You drank the Sunday.
Really?
Like,
Aye.
you just
I don't know why I didn't expect that. Like I just felt like it was like you needed to be clean for Monday. They're gonna fucking run you to hell on Monday or something. Did they do that? Like did they
do you know-
anticipate you having a bit of a hangover the Sunday, the Monday, or did they do anything to?
Well, Sunday, Mondays wouldn't have been too bad because they kind of give people time to get back if they wanted to travel in the morning. And so you didn't start till later. So you're normally getting a shower and a shave at like 10 o'clock, just like, oh my God. And then Tuesday you're hitting it, so you get a day to get over it.
It's not too bad. It's not.
And you're just about half recovered, and then you go again at the weekend again.
So how does it work getting into the powers then? What,
So that was it. You had to go on P company. So you go. So like we done an in-house pre-selection type thing. So to make sure you were fit enough, and it lasted 3 weeks. We were doing a PT session in the morning and then a PT session in the afternoon. For
and
basically,
what's the PT session? What's
it's like you're tabbing, so we're rucking that everybody calls it now, Bergens, and just like out. You kind of built it up.
out in the middle of nowhere?
No, so we were in Windsor, like, so we were going up the big long walk in Windsor. Jeez, it got boring. You just run up that statue up in the far corner, and then whenever you're coming back, you just see Buckingham, and it just didn't seem to get closer at all. I was about to say Buckingham Palace, but Windsor Castle, obviously.
How many miles would you do?
Well, it all depends. Different ones. So some were like speedy ones where you like
Sprints
a 2 miler, whereas as fast as you can, and then other ones were 10 milers. And then on P Company itself, you done a 20 miler. Where you're carrying the thing for 20 miles.
Were you
and
doing that like every day or
so every day was a speed up. It was just to be a stress testing you.
to get you ready?
In the afternoon then it would have been a wee bit more, so you maybe done a bit of milling or something like that just to get used to that. Whereas you put gloves and a head guard on, stand toe to toe and fisticuffed each other and
Really?
it's all like, and then you done the events that you would do on P Company, so like your stretch races, your log races and stuff. But a lot of it was like running, and it's very fizz heavy.
Fuck, you were built for the last man standing race, weren't you? Really?
But
You were
that built me. It's quite funny because like even on that day, like I was probably in the bottom third whenever that whole 3 weeks started, and then you kind of come on, and then you go on to P Company. And you go through like another bit of a selection in it before you actually hit test week. And I just was finding my fitness, and then like peaked on actual P Company. So all the boys that were in front of me for them weeks that we were doing it, I think we were maybe 4 weeks in Windsor doing it, all kind of then started like dipping off, and I was still peaking, and then I was one of the 12.
So it kind of
that
worked
passed.
the way you would train for a marathon
exactly.
or an ultra or something like that.
It was just where I was at whenever I started, where they kind of got fit, or that they were fit lads, and then started struggling with injuries or niggles.
And what is the P Company again?
So it's basically, well, there's different things on it. So the test week, you have a 10 miler, a 2 miler, stretch race, log race, the steeple chase, where you're running through like a bit of an obstacle. It's a steeple chase into an obstacle course, through a load of muck and over barriers, and it's all like time things. And you're mile and a half, press ups, sit ups, and then you have different things in
It's
the
the
gym.
test to get you into
It's all the test size. You had to pass.
When you get
all
into
that.
P Company, then what's
So it's a platoon
Is that
in
the parachute
regiment, yeah. So we were in a platoon in B Company 3 para, which was all guards paras, and at theirs then, so you get, it's a 2-year posting. But like whenever I got there, people had been there 6 years now, because obviously they weren't getting the people through. But
Right.
the whole thing was, whenever we went, because there were so many, I was like, no, they're doing the 2 years and coming back. And like I found that out, I was on my Lance Corporal's course after coming back from Afghan with 3 para, and then I landed back, and they were like, oh, you have to go back to the guards on Monday. I was like, oh, great, because my 2 years were up. Was just like,
just two, like what 2
well,
years?
I got done more. It was closer
Was
to
it a
3.
cycle,
It was
like,
closer
was it-
to 3. It's just a posting, because that's all it
a
was.
post
So
doesn't
technically, I
actually
was.
keep you there forever.
No, so you had to transfer. See, what was happening, lads were going over and staying there, and then whenever they were starting to get called back, they just transfer over. But they kind of put a stop to that, whereas we had to go back to battalion for 6 months and then put our transfer papers in.
Is it because there was a lack of people in the battalion?
It was just because they were fed up. People they were losing the people, because anybody who goes over there wants to be a soul. Like, that's where you go. There's not many people want to go back to the guards. You know what I mean? Because you kind of
Because you moved on from it.
Well, you're in a
Yeah.
better regiment, doing better things, better jobs.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to move.
Strange that they kind of knock you back a bit, isn't it?
But then, well, I tried to transfer in that, but then I got in a wee bit of a drama and fighting and stuff, and it's just being in places that you're unhappy with, and again that drinking culture. And,
Yeah.
And
Is that a big thing in the army, like that
it
drinking
would be,
culture? Is that? Do you think it's just a coping mechanism, or is it? Or is it just the culture?
I think it was just the culture at that time. Anyway, I don't
Nothing
know
else
what
to
way it
do.
is now. Aye.
Nothing else to do.
Boredom
sort of
and as I think, and then obviously I was getting a bit of trouble, but I kind of seen the light and I was like, right, I'm going to give it, and then I happened to come across the Pathfinder thing. I started falling down. I thought,
thing. Do you know who we need here?
Jude to keep an eye on it.
Jude, if you're looking to come back,
Give us a shout.
give us a shout. You know where we are.
And then I come across the Pathfinder selection thing and all, and I was like, right, well, you know what? Because at that point, I think I was probably on the verge of, if this wasn't going to work out, I was going to get out of the army, even though I enjoyed it, but because I was in the battalion that I didn't really enjoy, and there's a wee bit of the two ways there, because yes, I wasn't enjoying that, but I could have done maybe something a bit better about it than going and drinking and getting in fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Was it a bit of
again, it's
boredom,
just,
was it?
aye, it was.
Basically,
You know, whenever you're just not enjoying something, you're just stuck in that cycle of going over and over again. And then, but seeing the Pathfinder thing, and I was like, right, I'm going to go for this. And then they stopped it, and they were like, no, you're going on your like a course end to become a corporal and all of this. And I like chinned it off to go on Pathfinder.
When they try to push you towards that, is that just them trying to fill places?
No, it's not even. It was just like, oh, like you've got a good career if you stay here. You know, they start like panning out whenever you're getting into the ranks. They like pan out your career for you and that. But like, it didn't matter what career I had in Irish Guards. Like, I don't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did whenever I was in 3-par anyway.
The higher you go, the closer you get to a desk. Is that right?
It is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And you didn't want that.
That's not you.
Well, that's partly the reason that I ended up coming out whenever I did, because I took over a platoon sergeant of the Pathfinders. And again, then you went from doing all the cool shit till planning all the cool shit, making sure it all worked and making sure there was food there for the people doing it and running it. So whenever you're on the range, I was the command or the range, I can't even remember the name, the RCO, the range command officer. So then I had to be standing there to make sure all the safety things and all was in it, watching all the lads come down the range and doing all the fun stuff. And it was a wee bit like, well, it's only going to get worse from at least platoon sergeant, you're involved in it. Then once you go into the stores, then you're counting bits and pieces and making sure all the equipment's good to go and so on. And a wee bit of me was, well, maybe I don't want to start resenting it, because I maybe in the office, because I tried to do both. I tried to stay in a patrol and be the platoon sergeant, so I was still a patrol commander. So I had all the obviously I had a senior 2IC there that was fit to kind of manage that whenever I was needed to do the platoon sergeant stuff. But then I was still going out in the ground and doing the bits and pieces. So it meant that if we were deployed, I was going to be a platoon commander because I kept my hand in it. But it meant then I was, obviously I worked well because Orla wasn't there with me and she was back home. But I could have been in the office 10 o'clock at night doing all the other bits because I was doing all the bits during the day with the lads.
Double job.
Where they're all heading on home at 4 o'clock. I was going, getting something to eat and then back in the office to kind of get that all done.
Just trying to keep your foot in the... Just like in the actual action,
in the action, doing that kind of stuff.
What was next then for you?
So obviously, decided I was going to get out, and then all the plans, as for everything, went up the window because COVID started coming in. So I ended up out sooner than I was supposed to, and COVID
Did they want you out?
No, I had signed off. So Orla had fell pregnant with our third child. Daniel was a bit of a handful because he was autistic, and me coming home and leaving was just leaving everything with Orla.
Yeah.
So I come home for the family really, but obviously it was a bit easier to leave because I was starting to not resent the job, but be not really doing the stuff that I'd wanted to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it was a bit easier. Like I had just finished the course and promoted and to promote to sergeant, so I was in the platoon sergeant job as a corporal doing that job. As the one thing about the Pathfinders, like it didn't matter about rank, it was seniority and experience that kind of got the roles, and I had just come off a course, so I would have promoted me to sergeant and I would have got it. And come home and leave, and then obviously I'm back order was pregnant and told them I was leaving after just putting myself through, and like that course was 12 weeks, no, 8 weeks, 16 weeks.
Wow.
A course to become a qualified sergeant, and then just went back and.
You were definitely heading.
Oh, like again, they're planning out your thing, and like Pathfinders as well. Like once you kind of hit the patrol commander kind of thing, then you're fighting for jobs because it's like there's one platoon sergeant, there's a platoon sergeant, and a training sergeant, and then after that, there's 2 colour blokes. There's one in charge of mobility, and the other one's in charge of stores. And then after that, for like non-commissioned officers, you have the sergeant major. So like you're fighting for spots, and it was already like a timeline because to try and keep people that are been in the platoon. So I had my timeline right. I knew exactly whenever I was going to be going into the stores and then into that chair. Yeah. Like for my next 6 years was planned out.
And would you have been okay with that if things hadn't have happened the way they did, or were you?
No, do you know what? Like it's a great privilege, especially. Like you take the Pathfinder. I was number 272 ever to pass the course. Like I literally. You know, everybody knows everybody. It's such a close-knit unit. So, like, even as far as platoon sergeants go, there's not many platoon sergeants, or not many people that can say they were platoon sergeants in the Pathfinder. Never mind, like, if you get to the chance to be the sergeant major, it's even less again.
Is there anyone from this part of the world that's ever... Are you the only one in Northern Ireland, maybe?
No, there's been Northern Irish. There's actually been Irish. Like, whenever I was in there, was a fella from Dublin. Was in the Pathfinders. I'm trying to think. But that was long before my time.
Was
like,
it?
So,
okay, right.
It was quite funny because I was walking around that place and like I was the first Northern Irish person, and I remember the sergeant major at the time. I went in to ask him about something, and he was just like, "I haven't a fucking clue what you just said. You're gonna have to speak slower." You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, sorry." And like, at that point, you're the new bloke. You're a wee bit down. But you know, you got used to it. It's even funny now because I'd speak to some of them like on the phone or have a catch up, and they were like, "Fuck, you're strong. Your accent's strong now." Because you get into the habit of like slowing down and speaking and using like words David used. Like you wouldn't say Wayne's, you'd be like kids.
We're all the kids.
Yeah.
Very good. So what was it like coming home? And for anybody at home, by the way, there's, as we discussed, there's loads of episodes of Sammy where we went into a lot of depth in there. There were some lethal stories. So please go back and listen to Sammy's other episodes. Doesn't only help our figures, and, which it does, but the stories are class. And we definitely flew through that for Sammy. For anybody out there, like what Sammy achieved and did, I suppose, is just next fucking level. Like it's
crazy. It's
Robocop kind of shit. Like, so please go back and listen to their episodes if you are interested in anything Sammy's chatting about. Anything you want to hear a wee bit more. There's so much depth to the stories of Afghanistan and the Pathfinders and survival and different missions and loads of different stuff. So please do go back and listen to that. We don't have all night to go through that again, so we're splitting the episode up a wee bit differently tonight. Sorry, Sammy, where were we?
That's a good chance for a toilet break.
Yeah.
Go
and cut. We're not cutting. Me and Fergal are going to chat. Fergal, how you been, lad?
I'm good. How are you? Cheers.
Okay. Here we're back.
Yeah, baby.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, I've missed it.
Your microphone's got a face, lad. People want to see me.
Do you want me to put it? Actually,
I'm only joking. I'm okay.
No, we could put it.
Do you know who'd be good? Jude.
That was kind of in your face.
That's okay. I actually.
Did you check it? Is it okay?
I did. I think it's okay. I'm only joking. How's things been?
Hi, good man. It's a bit quiet this month, but I mean that's to be expected.
Quiet as in work-wise?
No,
fuck.
But I'm still busy.
No, I mean like fuck. January's always a bit.
Always a bit slow. You know yourself.
Oh,
but I mean,
but it's slow. It's slow for everything.
I'm. This is for January. This has been pretty busy for me, which is great.
100%.
Doing a lot with sparing. So much work. Spare metal.
Oh, spare metal. I was say spare and integrated. I might actually have a speaking. I might be speaking spare and integrated at some stage.
Oh, class!
In the next few months, was asked about it.
Oh, brilliant!
I don't know what the fuck I'm going to speak about.
What did they? Did they mention what you're going to be talking about, or
no?
What's it for?
Nothing. Do you know Neil Hyndman, my neighbour?
Yes.
his wife Abie, she's a teacher in there, and I'm doing actually a wee piece for her at the moment, where it's like, sorry Sam, we were chatting about Spare and Integrate, but I'm doing a wee piece for her at the moment, and I'm piecing together a pile of content, but it's like to showcase to a pile of students the uses of English language. So like she's using me as an example for.
Couldn't use me for that.
You can barely fucking speak, never mind spell or talk. But I'm piecing together like my life, basically a wee bit of a life story, my career, and like discussing how English helped me along the way. Even though I barely left with a C, like in English, it was fucking terrible. But it was like, you know, the speaking on the podcast and all that sort of stuff. So it was interesting enough. Like,
just tell them to use ChatGPT. Yeah,
just use ChatGPT. But she's trying to inspire people to
not use it.
No, she's trying to inspire. She's trying to inspire people to the English language, to learn more about it, literature and how it's used, rather than go off and do another. Because she's an English department. She's the English department head. Yeah. She's trying to. And
they'll have all the jobs.
I doubt a maths teacher would be trying to make it up.
No, exactly. Anyway, Sammy. Back to what you just had a pish. You're all right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good stuff.
I drank a lot of water whenever I'm coaching there. I was coaching before, and then I was gone. I was like, I probably shouldn't have drank that later.
So, what's the Guinness like?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's
good.
That's the first one I've had in a long time.
Same as me.
I didn't even want one until you brought one up.
Look, here, they look good.
I pour a good fucking.
Yeah.
You do, right?
Fucking do.
Good stack on her.
Good stick for it. But I just a shout out to the Flax while we're on a wee break. Flax is fantastic bar, great family run local business. Support local. The Guinness is class. They've got a Guinness cave.
It's getting very popular, isn't it?
The good room's fantastic, especially for events as well. The events in here, looking forward to seeing a lot this year. They house one of Magheраfelt's best podcasts as well.
Yep. Well done.
Aye, ours.
Yeah, that's ours.
Aye,
yeah. Unless
there's still another one.
Aye, Monday night. Someone else is recording anyway.
Sorry, Sammy. We'll come back to your life here. So, yes. What was next? Was it coming home?
Yeah, so home in the mouth of COVID. I landed home on a Sunday night, and lockdown broke out on the Monday.
No way.
Yeah, so I literally just got home.
Do you know, I remember, sorry to interrupt again, but I remember, obviously, the whole early days of COVID, the couple of days, it was like around the 17th, it was around St. Paddy's Day.
It was,
yeah.
I remember being around St. Paddy's Day, and there was like police, or there was like some sort of like army presence in Northern Ireland. Like, it just was showing up around Northern Ireland. There was these reports of like all these different vehicles and all. And I remember messaging someone about it and like, oh, that doesn't sound right. I just like, that's just one of my core memories, like, of remembering that, because for some reason they were, I don't know, mobilising a lot of army for some reason. I don't know why. But
it's quite fun. I was down. We were actually. Well, I was running our selection course at the time. I was doing a handover with the bloke that was taking over me, so he got half a job and I was gone. But and like my missus was messy, but we're down in Sennybridge in Wales, like the middle of nowhere. Nothing. And she's messaged like, "What?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking. It's not going to break into nothing." And literally, like in the space of about 3 days, next thing I was like, "Fuck!" So van home, like back to Colchester, threw all my stuff in it, and then drove back down, and then stayed there. And then I was like, "No, right, this is getting close to the edge," because my wife at that point, that was March. She was due in April.
Fuck.
No
so I was like,
way.
Right, so I think so. And then I was like, no, right, I need to go this weekend. And literally drove up and got on the boat. I never seen the boat so quiet. Like, I've been across that boat from Holyhead to Dublin.
Do you mean
empty?
Oh, empty.
Hardly a sitter on it. So I was, and at that airpoint, like obviously, no, the masks weren't done at that point. Did they come after?
Probably not even. No.
But I just remember it being empty, and it was all but thing, and drove up, and I got into bed, got up the next morning, and we were in lockdown. So I was at the next week of months, and like at that point, it was scary. My wife was heavily pregnant.
Yeah.
You didn't know what was going on, and like there was a lot of scaremongering, I would say, like in hindsight now. And I was going out and doing the shopping only whenever I needed to, coming in, stripping at the back door, running down through the house, naked into the shower, getting showered before coming back up in. And at that point, you're coming in and spraying all,
spraying
all the groceries. I'm down showered, come up and then put all the groceries away in that day.
Mental.
I still remember the blue. Remember the blue gloves?
Yeah, cleaning everything.
Anyway, sorry.
And then that was that. And then obviously coming out of lockdown and I needed to do something. And luckily, my dad, he had a window cleaning business, and we just kind of pushed it up and drove it up a wee bit and kind of went into work with him.
Very good.
And, so that way I didn't have to go back, because during that time then I got a email whenever I was at home, but like I wasn't not working either. I was sitting doing loads of reports and all that there, and like trying to do that with 2 kids and a newborn in the
Were you
house.
still working for them in a sense too?
So like at that, obviously the platoon sergeant, then part of your thing is reporting on the blokes and stuff, so you had to get in contact with them, give them their reports and write them all up and send them away.
Was there a bit of comfort in that though, like just being able to talk to them?
Aye, do you know what though? We got into a thing because some of the lads then, like our platoon, obviously, like they didn't get called out or nothing really for the COVID stuff, so a lot of them were at home and that as well. And we got into like a thing of like the 4 or 5 of us all group chatting or like video calling on a Friday night for an hour and a crack and
Just
having a chat.
That's deadly.
Like,
Good to have.
and that's what we done through COVID, and I had the baby in it. It was a nice time. Like we had a newborn baby just in the house, and we tried to do different things for the kids. Like we have a scrapbook all of the time of COVID. We were making like the wee kitchen and like having McDonald's, like where we were ordering things, and they're getting so it looked like McDonald's and giving chicken nuggets, and they were coming up in their wee toy cars as if they were going through the drive-through and all.
That's
giving us their order. Like
brilliant.
them, we had. Like you'll not get that time back.
You won't.
Yeah.
I think a
And
lot
like
of
as shit as it was, that was like that for to come home after being back and forward to just being solely with my kids, and that was March, April, May, through to May. So I had a good 3-4 months solid,
just in the house with
just
them.
in the house with the kids.
That was probably brilliant, like, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's mad. Like, we had our son, and it was maybe 6.5 weeks before anybody else held him, part of me and Orla.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
And
nuts.
people that were coming to the window and looking in the window, I had them in the wee crib at the window. And like, we have all the pictures now of people coming to visit now, his first visitors and stuff.
How mad.
Insane.
Another core memory of mine, there's a video somewhere of it, was my brother had a baby during lockdown, and they came over. It was first Finn came over and came into my house in Magherafelt. I don't know when it was, but he was 6 months before like my ma had seen him. So like there's a video, like it's emotional as fuck, like, but like you can see my ma go out the front door and just be like, you know, I can't believe I'm meeting you after 6 months. And she was
Just
like,
video calls and stuff.
unreal. Like it's mad when you think about it though.
But is any wonder us like having the knock-on effect of everything as well from that there? Because people get in set in their ways and that there, and they're still in them. They lost touch and they never got back.
There was
in
good,
touch.
there was bad things. And people lost communication. And then the internet literally just got fucking superpowered. Everything of convenience, I suppose, got superpowered, and just everything became so easy and accessible because of it. Like, and fucking wrecked absolute everybody's head.
It became very easy to be antisocial, didn't it?
Oh, completely. Like I'll even say myself, like you see when I had a mask on, I was going to the shop. I genuinely was happy enough. Like just not talking
Nobody knew you.
Nobody knew who the fuck I was. Like, just walking around and like just
not being tortured.
eating, just getting a big box of cereal about that size, like, and just eating or just grabbing whatever I wanted. So like it is a wee bit crazy, like in that regard. So like. Obviously, this episode, Sammy, we do want to talk about the different things you've been doing recently in the area. You started, what was it, Ready for Anything?
Yes.
A couple of years ago? Maybe
that's
now?
been going 2 years past November.
A couple of years ago now, and that's your sort of online
coaching.
Coaching and elements of that. So even bringing in, like, myself and Fergal have been a part of some of your sessions. The no man alone side of stuff and the men's circle as well. What made you start to even consider something like that in the area?
Like I remember even the last time I think we were on here in this podcast, and I was saying, because like, what would you like the thing, and like I had said about the dads and having like a bit of a shed somewhere and stuff like that there, and
men's shed, that's right.
and you know, it just kind of boiled up. Like I get that you have gyms, but it's not accessible to everybody. Maybe they can't afford it. It could be financial or whatever it is. And basically, no man alone is just somewhere with no pressure. And like, I'll be honest, it was probably a wee bit selfish on my behalf as well, because like I was in a gym, and then the gym become my work. And then with that there come a bit of pressure to always having to perform and stuff like that there. And I kind of lost the enjoyment out of it a wee bit. And then I was like, right, so I got into my running and I went off and I was doing my running. But then it got kind of lonely because a lot of the running you're doing on your own. And I remember sitting down in Orla and I was like, at that time, like there's 2 boys a runway in that there as well. But it doesn't always, like, your schedules don't always meet to be fit to run with each other all the time. And I was saying to Orla, and Orla was like, well, why don't you do so? And then I was just thinking, I was like, well, like, why do you need the shed? Like, although, like, I thought maybe at this point I might have had the funds guard up, but, you know, life gets in the way. And especially 4 kids, your money just gets set up, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know what, like, why, I can just do this outside. And, like, do you know what, it's probably the best move I made. Even if I got my own place, I think No Man Alone would still be outside.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
And, like, it was a way for me and to meet other people and bring it in. So that was April last year. I started it. April. Maybe, April.
I've been going quite sporadically, like, but fuck, I've enjoyed it. Well, I've been going, I think I've had 3 sessions in a row now. I've never done that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Usually two sessions in a row and then I'd miss one. 2 sessions in a row, miss one. But it's life, like, as well. Because the way me and Clina work is, like, I get up on a Saturday. So I would get up on a Saturday with Lear, and she would maybe get a couple of hours sleep or whatever, and then the Sunday we swap. But then Sunday sometimes she has to, whatever she's doing, it had to change.
Exactly, but that there's the whole point of No Man Alone as well. There's no pressure. Like there's, I have that group where I fire in just so I have a rough idea of numbers. Like, but if you don't stick your name down to say that you're coming and you turn up, like, I'm not going to turn you away.
I love whenever you
and there's no price, there's no nothing. It's just like you turn up, you know where we're at, and that's why I think, because I was kind of moving it about at that point, but now I think, especially with social media and so I can put it up, and like we've had lads that just seen it on social media saying, I'm going to be on Polepatrick at 0700 tomorrow. Come, and they're just turning up. They didn't even know about the WhatsApp group, and then you're getting them added in there. And so if I just keep it in the same place and they're kind of coming and they're doing the same thing, there's absolutely no pressure. People know what they're coming to and they know what they're getting, and for 100% you know what you're getting whenever you're leaving.
And who do you think it's for? Like, who, like, even from the lads that are there at the moment, who do you think, you know, you're really speaking to there? Like,
I think it's everybody, and like you have a brave selection of different people there. And like what I find is, I think a lot of the ones come as a right, I want to do something for myself, because I kind of, that's the message I'm getting out. Like, you need to be doing something for yourself. You can't always be giving and giving and giving and giving. You need to go take time for yourself, and especially like fitness is one of the best tools to make yourself feel better, 100%. And I think the No Man Alone is like a bit of a, obviously you'll come and you'll connect. Like, people are sitting in the house and they're fed up, but they're just going through the motions anyway. And now they're seeing this and they're like, oh, do you know what, I'll give that a go. And most times if somebody comes once, they'll come again. Now, I haven't had anybody just come to once. They've always returned. And it almost starts a thing then, because then people are like, oh, do you know what, like, I'm feeling good, I want to do more of this. And then you give them a bit of advice, right? This is how you kind of structure it. And then they're starting the gym. So it's opening up an outlet of people actually starting to look in, or look into themselves and look after themselves. And all it is that one session on a Sunday morning down in the thing. But the main thing is like having, like, you're talking to people indirectly. There's people there that probably need it more than others. But it's just fine, because it takes everybody to turn up. Like that, as I say, no pressure. Like, and that's one thing I will never put on anybody with the No Man Alone. There's no pressure. I don't care. I'll tip up if there's only 2 boys coming. I've done it before, and I'll just keep doing it because I enjoy it. I feel great whenever I leave after.
No Man Alone. So do I. The other thing I wanted to talk about was like what I've noticed when I was at the sessions. There's like wee comments made about, you know. I remember I said to you a few weeks ago something like, oh, someone didn't show up or something, and then I goes, oh, if it was at 10 o'clock they'd show up, and then you goes, that's the point.
That's the point.
but like that is the point though. Like, and I agreed with you. I was making the point as well. Like, oh, if it was 10 o'clock they'd show up, and I wasn't being a dickhead. It was more the fact that, because I am that person that sometimes, or I was that person. I'm definitely a lot more keen on getting up earlier and getting the session done. I love the Sunday sessions, but I know like how comfortable that fucking bed is. And I know the amount of pints I had on the Saturday night, or I know. And the other thing was as well. I think you mentioned it one time as well. Was, oh, that's my lion. That's my morning for.
Do you know what? My brother said this to me.
My brother. So, oh, that's my lion day, or that's the day I get to chill out. You know.
It's like, that's an opportunity to do something for you.
But that's your window of opportunity there. That yes, that's your lion, or that's your rest day, or whatever it is. But that's the day you get a chance to fucking look after yourself, or get away from the family. Like there's men that go away and play golf for 4 hours, but then there's an opportunity there on a Sunday to get up early, look after yourself, I suppose, and do a wee bit of exercise.
I know, 100%. And like my brother was saying, oh, Sunday day. And funny, it was the same excuse there because he wasn't there on Sunday.
That's my day.
But, like, don't get me, like, he works extremely hard. But do you know what I mean? You can't give your life away to everybody else as well. Like, you know, like I did it as well. Well, luckily enough, part of my job in the Pathfinders was to stay fit and healthy anyway.
Yeah.
But like I gave it away. I put a lot more into it than maybe I probably should have and sacrificed time with my kids. Well, I'm telling you now, you'll never get that time back. And whenever you get it, you talk to anybody that's older, all they say is, I wish I'd done more times of the things that you...
Do you regret then staying in the army that long? Would you say?
I probably... I'd like see my two older boys. I don't know. Like, I've seen my two younger ones. Nearly, like, there's been very rarely times that I'm away for a weekend or something like that. But I've seen them from day one to day. Like, especially Louis, my second, because obviously I knew I was coming out. I spent a lot of time away because obviously gathering up money because you don't know what the future holds type thing. And I could have been 8 or 9 weeks before I come home. And I mean, if I tell you, that's why Louis is with me. Well, the fact that he's up early anyway, he's not be sitting in the living room watching TV whenever I'm getting up getting ready for it. But he is such a daddy's boy, and I put that there down till me not being there the first 2 years of his life because I was always way here, there, and everywhere. Like I could have been anywhere in the world, and him sitting at home. So like, in a way, like I loved the job, but you love your kids more. So.
You don't get the time back, I suppose.
And I don't think I don't regret it. I think regret would be a bad thing. Yeah. I'm glad I experienced and I've done it because now I know what's important to me now that I'm home. And like a lot of the stuff that I do is to try and create a bit of freedom so I can spend with the kids. And like I'm not one of these people that goes and works every hour that think if I get enough to do me and I get plenty of time with my kids, I'm happy with that for now because it'll come a point in 10 years' time whenever they don't want to. I'm not cool anymore. I want to become the. True. You know what I mean? And there's a time then where I can put in and work and put away and get ready to retire or do whatever. You know, and I think a lot of people forget that there. Like this is, although yes, it's the time to drive and do good and obviously get yourself in work wise, but it's also the time you're not going to get back with your kids. And then like you know, a lot of people like parents whenever they become grandparents and start doing a lot more with the grandkids, and it's almost out of guilt that they didn't get to do that with their kids because they're out working, and like it's life as well because you have to make the money. And you have to make the money to keep the roof over the head and the food on the table and 100%. All them other things.
But I think the best thing about seeing those videos is that you see your kids in them.
I know, and that's funny because I was a wee bit like, oh, they would just keep it for me and everything. But like a lot of the stuff I do is to like, and I put out a reel today talking about it. Like a lot of this is for my kids, and it's not just for my kids; it's for other people that are turning up to no man alone that have kids as well. Because like I'm sure, like you've come, I'm sure you feel you have a lot more energy whenever you go home on a Sunday than you would do if you were just rubbing the sleep out of your eyes at 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? And you're there and you're present for them, and it's to give people an opportunity to feel that for their kids, and then their kids to feel that there as well.
It's also to give them a good influence, because if you look at I don't know, is it both of them or is it just one of them that really loves the running, that like goes out and runs with you?
Louis loves the running, and the other boys love the running, but they just wouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? Like Louis wouldn't get it out of they're just a wee bit young as well.
Yeah,
to
that's
be
true.
going, do you know
That's
what I mean?
true.
And they don't get out of bed, and then obviously outside of that time, then you're getting ready for school and getting out to school and coming home and homeworks.
To see him and you going out for runs and him dragging you out as well, like
and it's quite funny because there's always like a thing in our house about Louis being your favourite and stuff like that there, but it's not even that. But I think it is still that wee bit of guilt in me because I missed them first 2 years of his life, and but it's like, my time to. It's almost me making it up to him.
Yeah, but that's class to see. Like you're obviously being a great influence for them to like make that exercise, because sometimes you see parents that because they're working so hard and they don't have time to like work on themselves, that'll end up rubbing off on their kids,
because the kids will be thinking that's what they have to do.
That's what I'm scared of, to be honest, with myself, because whenever I go to No Man Alone, I see the ones that bring the kids, yourself, and there's a few others that the kids are there, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait until Lear's here in the future, or not even here, like with you guys. It's just more like I'm looking forward to getting fit enough for him and healthy enough so that it rubs off on him.
It's not even that there, but again, with what I'm trying to do with the No Man Alone about being that support, like they're seeing that there from a young age now, you know what I mean? So they're going to carry that there up through, and they're going to know, and they're going to keep that there. It's
so good to see, like, and that's kind of what I was getting at, because whenever we're at the No Man Alone and the kids are running around, they're messing around.
That's the thing about, like, you don't. If he was getting in the way, I couldn't bring him, because at the end of the day, I'm there for the thing, and there's. But
when I see them there, I'm like, that's class, because like when I think back, I had nothing like that in my childhood, and I do know that if I seen my dad and all these men out on a Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Giving it fucking everything, like I would definitely have a different mindset, or a different I don't know, thoughts on health and fitness and drive, I suppose, to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Funny, I've never even looked at it that way.
I do see that, like, because I never did that when I was younger,
so true.
And I had no influence like that, and you need, like, I feel like that's needed, like, it's like,
well, like back in our day, gyms were where bodybuilders went.
Yeah, there weren't.
You know what I mean? You had this, like Sammy's gym in Upperlands, and
that was the only.
It was pure rusty metal, like, and that's what it was. It was bodybuilding. Whereas, like, I think the whole gym is all this functional fitness, like the high rocks and blah blah.
But we need to get back to nature, like. We need to get back to the
and
land.
That's what I love of it as well. Like, and people are like, "Oh, I didn't come because of the rain." And it's like, "Well, you're lost, because see, whenever you're out there and it's raining, and you go back and you're soaking, and you get into the shower and you come out and you're like, I feel on top of the world. I'm ready to attack the world."
And I'm slipping all over the fucking place half the time, and absolutely drenched. And the first 2 minutes we're there, we do the game where it's like.
Where you belly back. Yeah.
It's like left arm, right arm,
like a dog's rolling around the muck.
On your bum, on your back, on your head. Yeah. What the fuck are they getting on my head? And you're drenched within the first 5 minutes, and that's you sorted. That's
like, see, whenever we were like this, I think again, experiences, this is where you're coming from. I remember where you go out on the Catholic training area from where you would like stay. So this is where you go through training. That's where the steeplechase is.
Right.
And like, as you're watching out until an exercise for the week, then they made you walk in through the sheep dip. So you were soaked from day to, and they maybe made you crawl through it. Because then, like, your admin and everything. And I think maybe I don't know. I was just thought about it there when you were talking about it now. But it takes that thing out, because after that day, whenever you go into doing the burpees, you're doing the rest, and nobody's worried about falling on the floor. They're already wet and cold. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to change it now whenever it gets dry. We're down in that river over by Bargains.
Yes, let's do it.
Please don't
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't even. There's no notes there of just to me. I was going to bring it back again, not even to the boys that are lying in their kip on the Sunday, but there's obviously reasons people aren't getting up early on a Sunday, or they're not able to get up, and it's down to potentially there's alcohol, there's maybe drugs, there's maybe just fucking sitting up too fucking late on your mobile phone, or watching something stupid on Netflix to about 5 a.m. and then sure, Sunday tomorrow, but then the day's fucking wasted, and it's been wasted by numerous potential things. Like, I feel like I don't actually. I personally don't care. I know this sounds horrible, but I don't care about too many people outside of my own community. I suppose I know that sounds bad, but I would really like the area of Mid Ulster to thrive first and foremost, and then above and beyond that, great. I hope everybody feels better or gets healthy or whatever. But my kind of point is that like the thing you're doing, I feel is a step in the right direction where people are giving themselves that bit of space to get a bit fitter, get up on a Sunday and not see that as a day of rest in that manner, a day of waste, I suppose, is what I'm getting at. Like, we shouldn't be wasting a Sunday on things. And don't get me wrong, I was out during Christmas, like, and there was a hangover one of the days, and it was fucking dreadful for about a few days. And I get that, and people are going to do that, but what I'm sort of getting at is there's just so much waste that's happening, and the opportunity you're giving people on a Sunday, or just in their lives in general, I feel like our local area should really be striving for that, I suppose. If you know what I mean. Yeah. It's very long-winded, I know. But
I can tell you now, like, I used to be the same person, and I never felt good on a Sunday. Like, the fear.
Oh my God.
And it was the more men you're talking to, and they're all the same. It's like, well, why do you do it? You know what I mean? Like, I made a choice to not drink because I was getting geared up for a race and stuff, and I was like, fuck, that's the best I've ever felt. And I was like, I don't want to go back to that. Like, I'm having a pint there now. I didn't have one drink all over Christmas. It didn't interest me, just time with the kids and everything. Yeah. Whereas before coming into Christmas, I was like, oh yeah, off work, I can have a couple of drinks tonight because I don't have to work tomorrow. And like, it just doesn't interest me. And I put out a post, I was actually out running shortly after, thing is like, whenever you go out and you're hitting the beer and you're just taking away tomorrow. It doesn't matter. You can have all the good intentions you want. Seeing if you're hungover, you'll just not do it. And that there's kind of like, and as you come back to about the 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, it's almost to entice the man until that wants to come. Yeah. Or you know what? Instead of going into the fridge and grabbing a couple of beer and sitting in it, it may be different. Like if there's obviously social occasions on.
Yes.
Like, but just to get into the habit of, I've worked hard all week. This is my release through a drink. Well, no, actually, get your trainers, get into bed, get a good night's sleep, come out tomorrow, drop all the baggage off and no man alone, and then get ready for the next week. And it just builds again, and then you repeat it and build it and repeat it.
Class.
And then, sorry for you saying something.
No, I just noticed myself, like I'm the type of person that could maybe have a few drinks and then train the next day. I would be handy enough of getting up early enough to get training.
You didn't get on Sunday pass there.
I was doing jiu-jitsu. Okay.
In the afternoon. What time is that? 4 o'clock or something?
But no, I probably could do it, but the training's never. You're never as high a level, or you're never switched on, or you're kind of there, but you're kind of falling it in, if you know what I mean. You're just kind of half-assing it.
You're there in spirit.
Yeah, the alcohol's I do enjoy it, but I mean,
and then, but you're going to have twisted people as well. Like say Sammy, you, and I'm not saying you.
I used to be a twisted person.
But you'll be twisted. Like say you seen some fucking PT up a mountain, and they're like, "I've changed my life. I do not drink. Alcohol's for the devil." Blah 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 blah. And there's going to be, because of the culture that we live in as well. Like there's going to be a twisted oil cunt sitting there at 10 a.m. on a Sunday going to just. I'm joking for there's going to be a
10 a.m.'s not bad.
Yeah. Mass is being and gone at that stage. But what I'm saying is there are going to be people twisted, and obviously that's them. That's their mentality. And but it's a cultural thing here as well. I do feel that and they're not annoyed at you. Or you or someone in your persona in promoting what you're doing. It's more they're annoyed. They are in a sense annoyed at themselves a bit, and they're just.
I literally seen a reel on this like a couple of days ago. And that was some of the same thing.
If you know what I mean. Because I was that person at a stage too, like judgmental to people that were pushing a healthy narrative, of that kind of nature. And I would have been like, fuck that, you know, I like a drink, I like a smoke, I like to fucking do whatever I want, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there, to an extent, grand, you have your freedom, but then like there's freedom. There's also freedom in your health too. And I'm not saying I'm never going to smoke. I'm never going to drink again. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that to anybody at home. But what I'm saying is like, I feel like the no man alone and the kind of mantra that you're dealing out now is giving people a bit of freedom or a wee bit of space to like to give themselves a wee bit of a, I don't know, like that
dip their toe in and
dip their
see.
toe in
Yeah.
and like, you know, you've been doing this for so long, you know, drinking, smoking, riding, fighting, whatever it is you're doing. How far?
I may go back to that. You get right. I may go back to that.
Go back to smoking. No, but like how, like, but it's given people like a wee opportunity. You know, show up on a Sunday. You know, go to bed early as you said on a Sunday or a Saturday. Show up on a Sunday, 7 a.m. See what it's like, and treat it like one of your fucking drugs or one of your bad habits.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard to do, and or people will say that, like, but you know, give it a go. You know, as a taster, you know, taste something else for a change and give it a go. Like I'm obviously enjoying it at the moment, and I'm a big advocate for it because I want to get healthy. I want to be a good influence on my family, and I want to be healthy in general. Like, you know, just I want to get healthier, and I've been trying to do it for years, and I do feel like I'm at the stage where I have bit the bullet. You know, I've been to every gym in fucking Magherafelt. And I have gained from them all in a way. Like, it's just taken me longer to, you know, figure out what's right for me
you.
and what fits, you know, in my way. Like, I'd say, for example, I've had demons here and demons there, or drinking, smoking, whatever it is, and all these different gyms and all these different, you know, people I've chatted to and learning. Like, they've all, like, it's chipped away at me where I've got to the stage now where I feel like I am making progress. Like, for the first time in maybe 10 years, I would say, or more.
Kids will do that, they.
Fucking right. Oh, 100%. But I know, like, Lear's 2 now, but it's only maybe in the last maybe 3 or 4 months, I would say, that I'm starting to, like, right, I need to start looking after myself here. Like, Lear's fine.
He's starting to get the lungs.
Look
at Lee, try all that.
Exactly. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, Lear's fine, you know, Clena's trying to get a bit healthier. I need to get a bit healthier now, because I actually want to be able to do stuff with Lear. Like, there was say about a year ago, like, I was struggling sometimes to lift him, like getting out of breath, going upstairs with him and stuff. Like, it was bad. I've actually mentioned it in the podcast, but I was joking about it at the time. I look back now, I'm like, fuck, like, I'm fitter in that regard. And it's just like, depending on where you're at in your life, obviously, it'll take time for a lot of people to consider these things and consider no man alone.
Well, that's it, and that's where, like, 2026, I said I am going to be a bit more vocal, because that's been going from April, and I didn't really post a lot. Maybe stuck the odd story up, no man alone, with a picture of the lads there, but nobody really knew what it was about. And I was like, God, like, I really want to see us go. And it's funny, it's an ex-parachute regiment lad over in Liverpool, Tom Padre or something you call him. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but he's an ex-parachute lad, and he got out of the army and went into drugs and went into drink, went to hang, and like now he's changed his life around, and he started up the main social network, and he just was good. He didn't give a fuck. He just got in front of the camera and he put it out there. And I was like, you know what, like, if that young lad can do that, why the fuck can't I? And I just started doing it. But I said anyway, 2026. I think I actually said it on here last time I was on the podcast. I need to get in front of the camera more, but I don't know. I'm just very backward, but like, I have a story and I need to tell that a wee bit more, maybe over social more, and stop worrying about the things. Like, I always think of the lads a survey. What are they going to think? But you know, half of them, the ones message me, and they're going through the same thing, but nobody talks about it until somebody mentions it. Like, you go on that reel I posted today, the comments on it, and everybody's saying the exact same thing. And it's just like, for me, having the fucking balls now to stand up and say out there now, other people are
100%.
Your message, though, has purpose, though, in a sense. Like, you are cutting through a societal thing that's happening in a lot of places. Like,
I've lived it, though. I've lived it, and that's the
exactly,
thing.
but that's what I'm saying.
I just need to get it out.
But that's it. Like, and you're breaking through the noise of the message, and like, you're, like you said, this is start from April, but it's only now that you're starting to get your voice for it, because you're like, fuck that, you know, like, you were probably nervous about talking about it. You were nervous about, you like
we dribs and drabs, and then you kind of go back into your hole for a bit.
You're probably nervous in the judgment of it, but then also you're trying not to scare the people to
and
come.
it's not even that. See the messages and the feel good factor and of what you get off. Like I shared a few of them on my reels and stuff. And I love that. See on a Sunday, there was somebody just mentioned, look, I've had a really rough week. This is exactly what I needed. Thanks again for that.
That's great.
And
man.
that is just the
That's
fucking
why you
driver for me. Like, you know what? If I'm helping that one person getting up and doing that there for the last 8 months has been worth it.
Yeah. Where do you see
eyes.
this? Where do you see this going, or do you have a plan for future?
I would just like to see it grow and grow and grow and just have that net. Eventually, like, I would like to do a bit of an event where, again, giving the people that taster thing.
Like that idea.
You know, like, I don't know where you've seen that. I've done a few things like down on the beaches and that there for other gyms and stuff like that there. Like, no, something like that, and a barbecue, and I don't know, even camp out or whatever.
Yeah.
But funny, like, it's like there's these whole community things, and I'd probably need to start registering it as a community now if I want to make the fun of it. But like, as I say, like in mid Ulster, this is a massive pandemic. Like, in our young fella there over Christmas up in the middle of the town, it's brutal. Like, it's brutal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the fact now that I have to do this here for a minimum of a year or after I put it in as a community, like, I don't even know how to do this here either. But then you can start getting funding, where I would like to get funding and give lads the opportunity
Give me funding now.
for a week
Give me
or
funding.
for a weekend to come away with fucking 10, 15 lads, do different activities, get to know, have a chat, and like get somebody in that actually like the therapy kind of thing, give a few pointers, and then let them walk away after
That's
a
a great
weekend.
idea.
And like, it's not even that you're bringing them in for the therapy thing, but you're giving them a chance to meet new people, do something for themselves. Well, like, a lot of people, and I know, like for myself as well, like financial pressure was a big thing whenever I struggled as well. And like, people can't afford to do all these other things, the luxuries and stuff. Like, that's one thing you've down at No Man Alone, you have boys there that maybe are working like on a building site, and our ones that own businesses that are supplying these things, you know, and you have everybody there and they're all mixing together. Like, you know, they always say whenever you're 6 foot under, like, you can't take anything away, and it's just nice to bring everybody together like that day. And who knows, it might give somebody a bit of an opportunity just through it. And different things like that.
I love that event idea. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Again, it's just
Some sort of like you do a therapy session and then like
and like have the qualified people there. I know, like, I'm happy enough doing it for free because I'm benefiting out of it. Like, this is as much for me as it is for every other lad turning up as well. Like, to build that thing. Like, I had friends whenever I left for like 13 years in the army is a long time, and it's hard to reconnect because everybody's got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
But, you know, like,
Especially when you reach a certain age as well, I find, especially men, we lose a lot of friends.
if you can reconnect down there on a Sunday morning.
You wait till you have children?
Exactly,
I guess even worse.
Holy
True.
Like,
But all my friends have children, so I was kind of
Aye.
it's the same
Get the
thing.
finger out, would you?
100%, like, because, like, yeah, I just think there's so much affecting men as well, like, in the area, and
There's so much for women, all these wee groups, but women are better at it. Like, they'll go and meet for a coffee and stuff like that there, whereas a man goes and meets in a pub and
They have
doesn't
to,
do any favours.
That ends badly.
It doesn't do any
I'm gonna go
favours.
for one.
And this was me, and this was what I was doing whenever I first come home, and I was going for the one, and I led 3, and then the phone was messaging, I was turning the phone upside down, and I was ignoring the message, and I was causing the problems at the home. And like, it's almost as if that's like normalised and that as well, but that's putting strain on every part of your lives that you don't need to do.
And you originally went out to get a conversation with someone, to have a chat,
and now
it
you're home.
ends up fucking.
You're at home now, blocked. The missus kicking up. You're waking up the next morning, down a hangover, and she's like, "Well, I'm going out now, and you're all the kids looking at." I'm telling you, like, the relationship with me and Orla has not been better since like I stopped. Well, I wouldn't even say stopped the drinking, but like, I had rock bottom and actually opened up to her and spoke to her.
Yeah.
And like, I share everything with Orla now. Like, anything is worrying me, anything, it's a shared burden, because then she understands what I'm going through, and like, she will literally just be like, right, that's okay. I know it's your bedtime tonight. Go you on for a run, clear the head. Like, and I get it all the time. If she knows things are going on, she's like, right, as the lads, meet up with the lads, go for a run. Like, because she understands, and she knows then once I come back in the house after that run.
How did you make that? How did you make that switch? How did you?
Well, obviously, going through a bit of therapy and that there, then you kind of realize you're looking into yourself and doing a thing. But like, I had the an incident in the house where I smashed a plate across in the kitchen, and like my kids were all sitting down to the dinner table, and they let up a big scream and everything, and I walked out of the house. And I walked up till Toners it was at the time and bought a packet of cigarettes. I'd been off them and lit up a fag again. I was just like, what the fuck, I need help.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started doing a bit of research and got into therapy. And I made the phone call there and then.
Wow.
And
Fair
got
play.
into it. And that was it.
Just straight away you knew like I need to help myself.
Everybody has a breaking point, and a lot of people's are at different points. Mine was seeing my kids, and I said I never want to see my kids look at me like that again. But pure fear in their eyes. It gets me emotional now talking about it. Like I never ever want to see my kids look at me like that again. And that was enough for me. Enough. And to turn, and like everything in my life has got better. The relationships there within my house, and how we get on, and how then what the kids perceive.
To be fair, I'd be shitting myself if you smashed a plate in front of me.
I was gonna say there, like it's such a, we take it for granted. The conversations with people that we have. Like I was mentioning there about the English thing and everybody having a conversation, but like we're in a society, or we're in an island that we're just not talking to each other. I suppose that's what I'm trying to get at. Like
there's a statistic, isn't there? We're the highest for males, the highest suicide rate in Europe. I think we're number one
for the population.
for the population.
And that's funny, like that Tom Padre when I was telling you about, like he was saying about in Kazakhstan, it's like it's the lowest population for suicide, and they have exactly like a type of community thing that what I'm doing and No Man Alone and what he's doing with the main social network, and it's all about that community and the brotherhood. And again, like whenever you go in and you start reading all that there, it's like this is going to work. It just needs to take off. And like I'm open, if somebody in some other area obviously is too far to travel to here, give me a shout. I'll come and help you with the first session, show you kind of what it's about, help you get it set up, and you can start knocking it out in your own areas as well.
That's what I'd like to see is for like bits and No Man
in different areas would be great.
Up
like
all
one
over
up
the
in
place.
Cookstown, one over the mountain, and that'd be class.
When you think about it, like it's such a tribal thing that like we should naturally already have in our communities, but it's just technology and life just taken over the last whatever it is 100 years or more, and like that's the way communities should be. Like it should be so tight knit. You know, we should be helping each other, and they say, you know, when you bring up a child, it takes a village to look after a child, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And that I do think that links back to, you know, that help that a community usually gives each other, and that closeness that everybody should already have. But now we're just so disconnected from each other.
I've mind growing up, like my man dad knew everybody in the town.
Yeah. And I remember going into people's houses and relatives and friends and family. It doesn't really happen anymore. Like I know I'm older, but I just mean the actual. But again, doing of that, you know, the conversation, that verbal chat and the conversations, it's over phone, it's digital, it's a pile of shit now, and it's just there's no feeling, no love to it. Like it's just so disconnected, and that's why I'm bringing a point back, like to the men. You know, you said there about setting up the different pockets of men in different areas. Like that's the way it should be. And that's why we all feel better when we're doing those things together as communities, not even as men, but as people. Like you come together, you do these sports events, or you come together, you do these events and stuff, and they're like, fuck, that was a great day, a class day. But the reason it was a great day was because everybody's there for a purpose, everybody's there for a reason, and everybody's there, you know, to enjoy themselves. And they come away with that feeling of fulfillment.
100%.
Do you think the social aspect of this No Man's just as important as the actual exercise part? Yeah.
100%. And like I say, a lad messaged me saying he was injured, and I say, look, turn up, do what you can. And again, that's where there's no pressure. Like it doesn't matter. Like I know he liked to party on a Saturday night, the fella that I'm talking about. He didn't go out on a Saturday night and come on a Sunday and was there, done what he could, and again had that connection. And he just, like I said at the end of everything, next week we got to keep showing up, and you're not showing up for yourself, you're showing up for the person beside you as well. Like it just takes that, you know what I mean? And you get to the point you just expect to see the same people there.
Yeah.
And you're just building and building, and like it'll take time, but eventually it'll come. And like I would love to see come Christmas that we could go and have a bit of a Christmas night out. And
that'd be
class,
know what I mean?
Wouldn't it? Of like boys who've just spent the last year away, and like I would message a few of the lads that I was that have come, like, have been, I would say, like, almost the core of the No Man Alone. As much as I message my friends now,
Really,
and we're always
yeah.
like sending me reels to each other, or, just something like that.
Wee
Yeah,
bit of
but again, it's
motivation and stuff. That's
yeah,
class.
and like some of them boys have opened up and sent me messages that they probably never even fucking spoke to anybody else about.
That's
You know
what it's
I mean?
all about too, isn't it?
Is,
It's all about the conversation. I think that social aspect. That's especially with just because I do the jiu-jitsu, that's why I'm talking about it. But I think the social aspect's just as important than that.
And like that there's why, and it was so good to have Ryan come and get involved. I wanted to implement it for I would say quite a bit, but I was that far out of it, like, and you're half trying to remember. I probably could have went on Google and tried to figure out, but like to have the buzz and for him to come and like the standard that he's at, and the fact he's a local man as well, and he brought the lads out of the gym, and obviously it was just as they finished that thing that you were doing. What was it called? It started with Kanjak.
I can't even pronounce it.
That's why I wasn't going to try and butcher it. You know, and
it's a judo thing. John from the gym, he's a black belt in judo, and he wanted to do it himself, and he mentioned it to Ryan, and Ryan was like, "Just let's do it in the
everybody
gym."
do it. Exactly.
So the thing is you get up at 6, do outdoor exercise, cold exercise just outdoors, and then we did a bit of jiu-jitsu,
the dip and then
the dip and then the sauna.
That was class.
It was
like, it
unreal.
looked like a great week.
Oh, it was unreal. It's class.
It was really good, like having all the lads, especially for that first week, because then the lads with the experience were pairing up with the lads with no experience. And you're a bit of a teaching, a bit of a learning.
It was brilliant, yeah.
And you could tell the lads were with experience, because honestly, you were like, "Oh, don't let that go up." And he's just like, "He's like, how the fuck's he doing that there? I'm trying to keep my shoulder down. He's just sneaking it up there. Like, how's he doing that?"
Yeah.
Is
You know what
this
I
for the
mean?
wrestling?
I
was destroyed.
It was good fun. It was
I
great.
was sore for like 3 days.
Oh, so was I.
My lats
I
and
never
shoulders.
felt
Funny,
that.
so was I. That
For a long time.
I haven't done that type of training, that type of wrestling training in a while. I felt the
Great,
shoulders.
though.
Oh, so good. And again, it's just bringing that connection and you know,
Primal.
like,
It was primal.
Yeah, I was wondering how he was going to do it without like throwing people or people falling and
aye, but
that sort of thing.
again, it's just that respect. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
The fella knows you had him, but you
Exactly,
just, you don't
aye,
have
if
to.
you get-
you don't have to fucking throw him on the floor.
No,
you know what I mean? It's
no,
not a set
you
up
don't.
arena and anything.
Exactly.
And like so far, well, bar Jay Donaghy launching everybody anywhere. But, IJ, screw the nut. Like you're going to get me shut down. But he was always like that there too, wasn't he?
It was
So,
quite
like,
funny as well. With
And
it.
it's just again, it's that wee bit of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
And like you win one, and the next time he wins it. You know,
Exactly.
that's-
Yeah. No, it's good, and it gets that connection as
And
well.
it's something to build on and work on. And like, you're fucking tired after. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God.
2 minute rounds we were doing Sunday, and you were racked.
Yeah. It's
That's
good.
why I made the excuse to go over and grab the camera and walk around video just to get a break.
Lads, I need to get
Go
the
on, you pair
content.
up with him there. I'm going to get a wee break.
I need
I need this here for content.
I need the social.
No, I really enjoyed that. That
And
was
I think
brilliant.
that there's one thing I learned, like the power of social media is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Whereas like I didn't even have social, I had it, but I didn't really use it. Like whenever until I become a coach, and even then I still wasn't really using it to
Yeah,
the
I
power
think
that
recently
I
your
have.
reels
like
are-
2026 I said it was going
it's
to be
your
my
year.
year. And I invested in that wee Osmo Pocket, and
It looks deadly.
it's been
Good
the best
job,
thing.
aye.
Obviously, still learning how to work it at times, and it'd be
Here?
great to show somebody else so I could be in the videos. But why not there? Like it's again because you on social media, if it's not good quality, it doesn't jump out either, and they don't send it out.
But
so
the
you need to
content
make.
you're doing, and like I think it comes back to it. And Fergal, me and you've been in the marketing game for years. I genuinely think marketing's a pile of shit. I don't give a fuck about it, to be honest with you. And I hate ads. I hate people throwing ads at me. I hate disingenuous stuff. Like I hate it. I actually think, see all like the Netflix and YouTube, me having to pay to not watch ads is a fucking crime. I genuinely think that. I think that's a fucking crime. Like
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
paying not to watch your shit. Like I don't want to see any of this shit. Anyway, get back to your content. I think your type of content is just genuine. It's fucking just real. It's just, and I know people are like, oh, we need to be real on social media. I'm like, no, I just like what your purpose is and what it's actually like promoting is a genuine topic. It's not something that it's the buzzword of the week, it's the buzzword of the month, or it's a genuine topic, it's a genuine problem, and you're going about it in a genuine way. So that's why I think your content recently has been doing so well.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Because
it's not just your camera skills,
it's the camera. It's the camera. Obviously, my good looks as well.
That's
actually turning around. But it's like Orla. The worst posts, and like obviously I need to make a living as well, is the ones where I'm trying to sell something. I fucking hate doing them. That's why it's just a picture and I get it out. Because I don't even know where I go. And like that's not me. Like I'm not a fucking salesman. If I could get somebody that looks like me to go and do that, that'd be great. Because obviously I love doing what I do, and I would love to make a living off it, like the point of where it was solely what I do. But obviously at the minute I'm doing it and I'm doing the window cleaning, but I'm happy for it to build slowly and give the best of what I can give to people. And I think that's the bit that I hate doing, is being like that main circle. I've been sitting in that there for a while. It was something similar, but then I just thought to tie them with the no man alone, the main circle, like the idea of that there. But it's like, how do you put it out without just feeling like I'm just trying to sell people something?
Because like you're probably feeling like I don't want to profit on someone's misery at the same time. You know that sort of feeling.
I think so.
You know,
like it's almost as if you're preying on them.
It's true, because like we've actually had guests on here, and I went to make like an edit of their episode, and I said to them, look, there's been sensitive topics on this podcast over the past couple of years, and I didn't put like the main like real fucking heartache and stuff, or real like sad stuff.
You didn't Stephen Bartlett it,
I didn't
did you?
Stephen Bartlett it. I didn't make it fucking crazy, if you know what I mean. Where are you going? I was in the middle of something there.
I know.
Right, fuck you. Anyway, what was I getting at? So
you didn't Stephen Bartlett.
Go you piss.
You didn't Stephen Bartlett it.
But I actually like rang them and was just like,
we should put this in.
What's that?
We should put this in.
I rang them and goes, look, the topics you were talking about there were really important and they're really genuine and I think they're class, but I don't want to be putting out social media clips here to be seemingly using your heartache or this topic to sell a clip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Because I just feel that's completely disingenuous, and I think I'm not saying a lot of people do that. I'm just saying
Stephen Bartlett.
Stephen Bartlett did. What I was saying there was there's been topics over the last couple of years, and I actually rang the person and goes, look, the topics we talked about there were obviously brilliant. They were needed. They were probably sensitive. A lot of heart behind them. But I told them, look, I'm going to make an ad for this episode, and I don't want to be sensationalizing the story of what you've told me or the topic to the point that it seems like we're just trying to put out a social clip that does well, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to prey, like as you said, prey on it. So I was just making like that sort of comparison. Like I literally rang them. I was just like, I literally like, I could do it, but I'm just letting you know that I'm making this like not about that part of that episode or this part of the episode. Like I'm just making it a bit more neutral because to be honest, I don't feel like it's being it's genuine to play on that. You know
I think it's all about balance, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Pray on me, because I love this podcast. if it means it grows and I get to listen to you more, it'd be great.
There's a wild funny that I was listening to the other day. It was Paul Chadas' episode.
Okay.
And we like joke about like doing stuff in episodes and stuff, and like Paul Chada was talking about Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute.
Oh yes, yeah. I was trying to think what part of it.
He did it in the episode. I threatened him by saying I'm going to put that as the first 5 seconds of his ad.
Is that true?
So shit like that was funny. Like, but another point is like I could have done that. But sure.
You just did
and
it.
the amount of views you got. The amount of views you got.
The views would have been hilarious. But I suppose that's what I was getting at. But look, your content's great. Sam.
I think there's a healthy balance in that, because at the same time, you want to attract people to help them, because that's what you're doing at the end of the day. You're helping people. So like, if you're like, you don't want to be, you're not preying on people. It's just.
Do you think I overthink it?
I think you are. I think to a certain extent you are, because
I probably am overthinking it a bit.
Because like, if there's it'd be a different story if you're like friggin' selling drugs or something, you know, like prescription drugs or something,
No,
you know,
I know
like
what you mean.
those.
I know what you mean, but I think I see content out there that, you know, it's like an X Factor story. Some of the shit, like, and they put the sad music in the background, and they
cat died,
and they make a thing of it, like, and I don't like that. I feel a wee bit uneasy watching that stuff, because I feel like they've taken this person's story, they've made it sadder than it should be with all this music. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, don't know.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. You can go too far.
Yeah.
Where it almost becomes
like do you know what? Like, I would say there's ads there, or there's posts that we've put up and that I've edited that I could have edited differently, and we would have got thousands and thousands more views, but I didn't do it because of that. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't feel right in sensationalizing some of the topics in some of the episodes. Anyway,
fair enough.
Your content's great, Sammy.
That's it.
I think it's great.
I think you've got a good healthy balance of like, if you did like your what you're doing more of is you chatting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
With like telling your story.
And that's the thing, like, how many podcasts have I been on?
I know.
This is the third time here.
I know.
And it's just like, how can I not tell my story on my page? You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy.
It's insane. But I get it. It's hard. Like,
it is hard.
There's sort of stories that I've been like holding back on not telling as well. So I like.
And like, I have some stories. Like, it could be.
Yeah. And you could connect them all back to what you're doing now. Like, there's
100%.
It's a good like connection there.
It's lived experiences.
That's it.
Like, everything in your past is an experience. It doesn't have to be, and like, it's everything in front of you is an opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what have you learned? If you haven't learned anything from an experience, you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? And I think going to therapy, that's what I looked into a lot, was these experiences that were now causing me difficulties and stuff. And it's like, but what have you got from that you can transfer into the thing? Like, how did you deal with it at the end? So to put things into places.
Did they teach you to do that? Were they sort of?
I don't know. I think.
Or were you picking that up
podcasts and reading about it? And, like, I done a lot of work, like constant. Like, I'm a clean windows. I had podcasts, audiobooks, and just
class.
Do you know? Like, I mean, when I seen that fear in my kids' eyes, and I didn't ever want to see it, I done everything I could to put me in a position that wasn't going to happen.
Class, unreal.
Isn't it like kind of retraining yourself in different ways, like learning beyond what you knew before. You know, that sort of way,
and like why these certain things. It's like the whole thing with around alcohol. Like, I can sit and have a pint. My thing with alcohol is going to the point where I don't control, which could have been 4 or 5 pints, and then the phone's like, that's me. That's not me. Like, I wouldn't do that unless I had alcohol in me. So now I know I'm grand with a pint, 2 pints. But once I start going past that, then I run the risk of turning into somebody I don't want to be.
A different person.
I've just learned to have the discipline now to stop after that pint. Whereas before, I would have went on and I just didn't care, and away I would have went. And, you know, it was just... But it's not that I didn't care. I cared. It's hard to say. But once that drink was in me, I believed that I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. I was happy enough to go and keep carrying on. I was just there, living in the moment, living in the party, because it was easy.
You weren't caring about yourself though, like.
Exactly. As well as everybody else, and how I was going to affect them. Whereas now I don't put myself in that position, because 1 or 2 pints and that's it. That's my limit.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like the whole what you said there about your past, learning from your past and growing from that, and using those learned experiences to improve in the future.
Like, if you look at a big timeline and you're here now, like, everything here is your experiences, and everything going forward is an opportunity.
That's why whenever, you know, when I said regret to you earlier, like, I kind of you like basically says no, I don't. I do agree with you there, because like, there's stuff that obviously I would say I regret, but I wouldn't be the person I am now, or I wouldn't be. I wouldn't have the knowledge and the learning stuff to actually understand the mistakes I made to be the person I am now without those wee bits and pieces. Like, that actually brings up a good topic. So like that actual feeling of I've fucked up my life. There's fuck all happening here. I'm doing nothing with it. Like that is kind of like a part of the loneliness epidemic. And you could say in this area, there's going to be a lot of people that are stuck in that mindset, I suppose. And it's like trying to get them free. I suppose, trying to get them free from that mindset of keeping up with the Joneses. They're on social media. They think they should be here in life. They should. Like there's people that are going to say, "Oh, look at John Beatty, look what he has," and then I'm going to be, "Look at this person, look what they have," and then I'm going to be like, "That person that's looking at me, I'd be like, I'm looking at them in that way too." Like, "Oh fuck, I wouldn't mind that." That kind of lifestyle.
And that was another like saying like, don't
comparison's the thief of joy.
But like you don't look or envy a man until you've walked in his shoes.
Yeah, you don't know what's
like,
going on.
You don't know what's going on there. Yeah.
And that's it. Like, and I think that's probably a big message to, our followers at home, and especially
everybody's going through something.
Especially the men as well. Like I know, like you see people on Instagram, and I don't think anybody noticed. Like, but I literally just trying to just pull away from social media. I am like,
and that's one thing. Like, see, whenever I'm going through a bit of a rough patch or things are going on in my life, and literally just before, like, 2025 as well. If I was going through and I was not struggling, but I was like, my energy was somewhere else. My social media presence just went poof. Where now I have 2026. It doesn't matter. Like, if I'm going through that, I'm going to let the people know I'm going through that, to be like, because it is that point. It's got to the point of people think, oh, this is his life. He's just out running all the time over the hills. But like some of my videos I'm posting on a Monday could have been from the following week or the week before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know. Like, that person could be lying in bed surrounded by Doritos doing whatever, but they're posting all this of your stuff. Like, it's
so true. Yeah.
And I'm going to try and put out a wee bit more of whenever I'm going through this shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It happens. It fucking happens all the time. Like, here, I went to go out to work all day. Well, it was not yesterday. What day are we on? Tuesday. I went to go out to work yesterday, and I got obviously all the rain going on over the weekend. I went to start the van wouldn't start, and then I went to jump start it and opened up a thing, and the battery housing thing was just full of water.
Oh, you
God,
me?
lovely.
My car at the moment's not fucking starting, and I've been.
And I mean, I was just full, and I obviously was like, so I was trying to get the water out, and I got down, pulled the battery out of it, and like everything, the mega fuse board, everything's just all just. So it was
flooded.
Probably the only day's work I was going to get this week gone. You know what I mean?
It's a nightmare,
aye,
when those things happen.
And do you know what? At the time, I get rage and I get this and I get that. And again, I went to work down in McCorley's, and I was on the way back, and Orla was like, "Oh, I'm not going to go to Pilates tonight. Sure, if you want to go to the gym and everything will be all right, and you're not on it on your own, blah blah blah." And I did not go you to Pilates. I'm happy. Like, I actually want to get into bed and lie with the kids, and it's where
that's brilliant.
I want to be. You know what I mean? But it's just
nice
like,
that your team.
and that there is probably the biggest thing. I think whenever you actually start opening up, like all the wee things that annoy you and piss you off and do whatever, whenever you make them known and make a thing, so like whenever she knows you're having a shit time, she maybe not do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Where if you kept it bottled up, she's like, he's just being a dick. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
if you don't
and like,
tell them.
she was like out there, and it wasn't until like I finally opened up and went through, and she realised like what I was going through, that she almost then felt sorry for how hard she was with me. But you know what I mean? But obviously you don't want that either. But it's just like, it's a team. Like, marriage is about teamwork. Like, sometimes it's going to be easy, sometimes it's going to be hard. And that's
very good.
Yeah,
I have it all ahead of me.
It's good that you do.
You do.
It's good to have a sounding board there.
No, I do. Sorry.
You're not the first married man to say that to me, to be honest.
Don't fucking do it. It's good to have a sounding board there, something to talk to. And then like it comes back to loneliness epidemic again with people in the area, men in the area that don't have a sounding board like that. They don't have a person in their life.
Yeah.
And like I definitely think men that are listening to this that maybe need a sounding board, they definitely should consider the likes of therapy or or reaching out to a friend or a family member to definitely to talk a bit more. Like, just it's needed. Like, you need that wee bit of space to yourself, a wee bit of time to yourself. Like, I was actually chatting to a fella in work today about it, like randomly. Like, I was chatting to him about this. He was talking about the podcast in some way, and I was saying I was getting you on. I was telling him about, you know, what's happening, the topics. I actually printed that off and showed him it, and he was interested in it, like, because he agrees that there's such a fucking...
But so many people do, and it's quite funny, but nobody's talking about it.
No one's talking
And that's
about
why
it.
I'm like, you're opening up a door. Like, I send out them things and that, and you're getting lads commenting on it that have left the army and have experienced the same thing. It's like, well, like, there was a point where I thought I was going through this on my own, and it wasn't until I done a podcast, and then people seen the podcast, that friends I was talking to, them boys I was talking to during COVID, like on the hanging having a drink with on a Friday night, they were going through the exact same thing.
You just, no one was just saying anything.
And literally we were all in the same bubble, but nobody was mentioning it.
Mental.
It's crazy.
And it's just happening everywhere. It's just rife.
No.
And as I say, I do think it's back to that community thing. Like, so, like, lads, fucking just get out of your fucking house. You don't need someone to get you the motivation. Just show up to the likes of No Man Alone, talk to someone, book in a therapy session online. BetterHelp is like £20 a month, something like that there. If you can't afford it, come to No Man Alone as well. Talk to your fucking granny, talk to your aunt, talk to Fergal if you want, give him a ring.
You can talk to me.
You can
Don't worry
talk to
about
Fergal.
it. I'll talk to
and
anyone.
just fucking chat, like. And I think it comes back to that thing. It's like an old Irish men's mentality that for maybe the last 100 years men weren't supposed to speak. They were, you know, go out, get the fucking money in the house and say hello to the wife and play with the child for 5 minutes and then go to bed and get up the next day to work. Like, it's just not reality anymore. Like, there's far too much shite happening in everybody's life. There's far too much of an imbalance, I think, in households where, you know, you need to help each other. Like, the women aren't staying at home anymore. They're going to work. They have like a bit of a life. There's a balance there that you and the wife, you and the partner or households have to be involved in. Like, and it's different. Like, you can't just bottle it up. You can't just pretend it's not happening, because like you need to talk. You need a wee bit of space to do it. Like, and I just think societal problems are there, and we just haven't caught up with them yet. And there needs to be a lot more chatting, a bit more chitter chatter.
And hopefully No Man Alone gets a few people talking.
Yeah,
No Man Alone gets a few people talking, which I think it has. To be honest.
I got contacted by the BBC. They're yet to turn up, by the way. BBC.
When he's coming
on it.
Always an excuse that I can't get the cameras. You need to buy more cameras.
Show up. We'll lend you a camera. Don't you worry.
You know, which I think again would be good, because then it's getting it out that regional, and like I already have planned to say on it, like anybody that thinks their community would benefit this and wants to spearhead it, give me a shout. Like, you don't have to be a coach, you don't have to be. I'll come down, I'll show you what it's about, and like even if it's just you and a couple of friends that have an idea that you just want to do this in your area, give me a shout. I'll come down, I'll show you like a rough thing, and just keep it all the same. So then it means if you're away for the weekend,
they'll know what to do.
And something's going on in that area,
We'll get out.
well then you can go, because you know you're getting exactly what you got, just for different people.
Yeah.
Could end up being
how
like,
good would that be? Like?
That'd be so good. Could end up being like parkrun.
Aye.
It could be like that. You know,
Exactly.
like where it's offering like a free sort of 5K for anyone who signs up for it. Like I definitely could see that being the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like one in Cookstown, there's one in Ballymena and one in Antrim. Yeah. Like every Sunday, there's lads meeting up.
100%.
Like all you need's a field.
Yeah. Field and an old pair of shoes and a towel.
I know. These have started being add-ons. There's a few times I get in the car and then we're about to go away for the Sunday and my trousers or something. Looks like I pissed myself.
That I was going to message into the group going, lads, just a bit of advice whenever it is new, bring a towel with you.
I know. I should probably need to, yeah.
Bring an out towel or...
Hey, council, get some showers down at the... Polepatrick here, us men need a shower.
Get the showers sorted. Get the fucking community grants where they're fast-tracked within weeks of applying. We can't wait a year to get fucking grants for things that the community needs. It's stupid. It's not a lot of money, and sorry,
Aye, no, keep going.
it's stupid. It's not a lot of money. Like, come on, like just give the community a chance with simple stuff. Like, and we're not. I don't think anybody's asking for a lot. Sammy's not asking for a lot. There's community groups that are doing things for free, like Sammy, like anybody getting the word out about these things. And I think there's a small bit of payback that the community deserves, especially in an area like Magherafelt, where there's societal problems, there is poverty that nobody talks about, there's suicides that nobody talks about.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's a frustration there with me whenever a suicide happens that it's not mentioned. It's literally just said, oh, they died.
Aye.
They fucking died of suicide. Let's talk about the root causes. Let's talk about why, not the person in general, but the area. And people like Sammy, people like all the different organisations around here that are doing that, they need to be supported. We need to actually, the councils, the government need to pull their fucking fingers out and actually do something about it, because it's going to be a knock-on effect after everything's happened the last few years.
So true.
That's the episode over.
I was going to make a joke about.
I'm only joking.
I was going to make a joke about you voting for mayor, but that was really nice what you
There's
said.
there's no mayor. You're always so rude to me, like. Always so rude to me. Like.
That was really good. Well done.
So
You
rude.
should get into politics, John.
I don't want to be in politics.
You should though.
I just want things to be funded properly, to give the town and give the area a chance.
I don't have the time to go and chase and set these things up, and look, that's a lot of paperwork, a lot of this, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, you're a doer, Sammy.
Aye,
You're the guy on the ground.
If you want your come down on a Sunday morning and see
it. Yeah.
you'll feel it.
Just give us,
Yeah.
just give us
Bring
a
your
chance.
checkbook.
Give us a chance. Get them showers. mate.
Get them showers,
Get
Bob.
them showers.
We have Stevie Neeson. He's a builder. He can build.
Stevie Neeson.
I'm pretty sure we have
There
a
we go.
spark there as
There's
well.
the next community event. There we go. Can we fund?
DIY SOS.
Can we fund Stevie Neeson to build showers down at Polepatrick?
I can see
for free community groups to show up. There we
I
go.
could see Stevie just doing it one day.
No, don't be saying that. He needs Stevie paid. He gets paid by the fucking bricks. He told me he gets paid by the bricks.
He does get paid by the bricks.
Good man, Stevie. So the big bricks, we'll make sure they're massive then.
Getting cheap.
Get it out of him.
So he's not too dear. Anyway, look, I think we'll finish it up there. Fergal, any more questions?
No, I really enjoyed that episode, Sammy. That was
It was a real nice way to get back into
good.
things. Bringing in a local lad that's doing a great thing for the area.
Thank you.
Talking about some important topics there.
Definitely. We definitely got through it all. Tell us a wee bit about the men's circle before you go, actually. You didn't touch on that.
So like the main circle, obviously, as I said, like they're helping people. It's a paid program. So obviously, like, you can't do everything for free when you're trying to run a business. 'Cause otherwise, the bills will not get paid.
Of course.
And I think the main circle, like it's not. And I like my one-to-one coaching's there for people with specific goals. So like, and that's like if they're looking to lose weight and do etc. But and then No Man Alone's free. It's 1 day a week. And then this is like the middle ground for like people that maybe have tried No Man Alone and I'd be like, that's good. Like I feel good after that. There, I want a bit more of that. And it's just to kind of bring my experience of what I've kind of went through into like a group setting, and like men will show up for other men more so than they will show up for themselves. So it's like a group accountability, and I'm just bringing it together and putting it, and we're kind of setting standards. So like I'm going to be in it as well. So like I stepped back from what I was doing to kind of launch this first one because I want to be in it and I want to be involved to feel it and make sure that it is going to work. And it's like where you come in and you have a set standard, right, for the first couple of weeks. This is all it is. And it just becomes a habit then, so that nobody's missing out. But there will be like certain points of like if a bloke doesn't check in, then it has a knock-on effect for the whole group. Because I guarantee you, if you don't check in and there's a knock-on for the whole group,
I love that.
you're not fucking going to do it again. You know what I mean? And the same way as like if you don't get a workout, then the next time we're doing a workout, then the group's going to get a wee bit of extra workout thanks to that person.
That's an
and
army
it's
thing.
not, like this blanket punishment. But it's not the thing. It's the point of somebody might be happy enough to let themselves down, but they'll not want to let the other people in the group down. And it's just to build that wee bit of discipline and build, and like people will benefit from it. And again, Whereas price, it's priced but obviously in between free and then you're 1-to-1 because it's very specific. So it's just like a wee bit less. And it's for that bloke that's tried, like, John, to be fair, I need to probably it's like keeps drifting. And this is the thing to have that community
Hang on a
type
minute,
thing.
that sounds...
Exactly.
That sounds familiar.
But there's so
Am I
many.
actually in an advertisement? Am I in
There's so many people. It seems to be. Here's me praying and John after me saying like, you know. But again,
John
it's just,
saying here.
and it is again just and building that connection. And I would like then, obviously, if I was going then to start maybe having that where you're going and you meet up to do like certain walks where like. I know the Bracken Beacons, all these marches that the SAS and the Pathfinders and all do. Like, go over there and do it. I know where to go to hit the waterfalls, to get in the cold plunge.
That's
In a
class.
different country where you're all there, eating together, go to bed, you get up, do a hike. Like, it just has to be.
John,
Maybe
you should do
travel
that.
on a Friday, do it on a Saturday, travel back on a Saturday night. So again, we're home for No Man Alone on the Sunday.
John, you
Right?
should do it. I think you should.
And again, I'm not going to massively, like, I've put out the things now. Obviously, you have to put it out there, but I'm not going to oversubscribe it. Like, even if I got 100 people coming, as soon as it's kind of at the max, I think 6 people for the first kind of iteration will be enough.
Just to test it.
Just not even to test it, because there's obviously going to be a wee bit of, but you could say testing. There's going to be. Like, I've been working hard behind the scenes with it, and I know kind of what I want.
Know what you
And it's
mean.
as you say, put it in there, see if it works, see how the reaction, see what kind of results you get, and then like at the end of that day, before anybody else comes in, again, it'll be me getting feedback. It was like, right, what did you think worked, what didn't work, what thing? So then the next time somebody comes in, it's better for them.
Yeah.
And then the lads are in there that have the standards that are now going to help the next group come in with their standards. And so on, and just
Very
let
good.
it grow naturally.
Sounds very good.
It's like another community almost as well.
But it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you're going to have this community because, again, the things like any group calls and stuff will be done on Zoom, so you can be anywhere.
Brilliant.
How can someone get in touch with you about it?
Instagram, everything. So yeah, Instagram. I think my WhatsApp's actually on the thing.
DM, slide in.
Slide into my DM.
Jesus. Nearly slid in.
You reckon this?
So DM me on Instagram, and there's a WhatsApp floating about there too.
My WhatsApp's like on my Instagram.
Fantastic. Sammy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Sammy.
you.
Appreciate you coming back again.
I was excited whenever you popped it up.
You're
I was like,
coming-
it's coming back, sure. What the?
I felt
wanna-
I felt like it was on me in your mind for a while. Like it was like
Especially around
It's
Christmas
just
time.
hard without Jude, and I understand. Again, missing Jude.
We are
Who we
missed
bringing?
Jude.
Fuck you, Jude.
Just make up with him, John. Come
Miss
on.
you, Jude. You're some crack. You're the one he doesn't like. No, thank you very much, Sammy. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're doing
Thank you.
a fantastic thing for the area. Hope everybody gets on board. We don't need 100 people showing up on Sunday, to be honest. But
You do.
there's more and more showing up.
You do.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, you're going to get weekends where there's going to be more and less, and but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't
100%.
matter because people have lives as well. And again, it is. I just want to reiterate that bit before we go. There's no pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You can come once a month or whatever works for you. We'll be there. We will be there.
I'll be there this Sunday. Don't you worry.
Good.
Don't you
Are you
worry.
coming for a
I
go?
might,
or-
I might be. Lads, I want to train
I've
jiu-jitsu.
got jiu-jitsu at 11 a.m.
I've got a competition.
After
We're
my
going.
matcha.
We're going in the morning.
I
Eat
know.
my eggs Benedict and my
know.
matcha, and then I've got jiu-jitsu, and then sauna. I've got a sauna session booked with the guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
To be fair, make the most of it because see once you're married, that old.
I know.
No, it
I
doesn't.
know.
You'll not be jiu-jitsu after this year, boy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
No, you won't.
No, you won't. Do you know what? If you're doing it now before you get married, it'll carry on.
Hopefully she
You
still.
just need to do it a lot more, and then you'll do it a wee bit less. Then when that happens,
Yeah, trying to get like 3 sessions a week at least. I'm at 0 to it this week.
One tomorrow. Good
One
luck.
tomorrow.
I will let you know if I don't turn up.
good luck. Anyway, thank you very much, Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy.
No Man Alone, 7 a.m. Polepatrick, subject to potentially a wee trips along the way, but 7 a.m. Polepatrick. Bring your trainers, bring your shorts, bring your son or daughter with you as well. Bring a towel for the wet days. It's for about an hour. Wee bit of running, wee bit of exercise, body weight.
It's good
And
stuff.
good to get outside, get a bit of fresh air. Thank you very much, Sammy. Thank you, Fergal.
Thank you, John.
Miss you, Jude.
We're not queuing
Are
the
we gonna
board.
queue the board?
I thought you were going to close without doing that. That's the only reason why I come.
No other reason.
That was
Fantastic, lads. Fantastic.
That was a really good episode.
It was good. Nice and tight. Nice and good info on it, too.